Hello ladies and gents, welcome to Face the TV here. It is the last day for the Dreamhack qualifiers for the London event, which is going to be just next month. Very exciting stuff. And we have FRAG. They'll be playing against Copenhagen Wolves, who basically picked up the remainder of the Norwegian LGB lineup, meaning that we had Rubino, Jacob and Zeves left over, and they combined that with Twist and Zende. So that's going to be very interesting. We don't know
haven't seen a lot from
them.
Yeah, definitely haven't really seen a lot from them. They did beat LDLC White, so we know they've obviously got something going on. But against FRAG, I don't know how this is going to turn out, really. I think FRAG probably have the upper hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, LDLC White, they're a team that sometimes they can come alive with some individual performances. They've got some really good players in that regard. But that said, overall, I would say FRAG are going to be a better team for team play, better team for strategy. They're going to be more comfortable. They've got more experience than LDLC White. And individually as well, you have really crazy plays sometimes from people like Dreamer, for example. And, you know, you can always rely on players like Bubble and Victor to come alive as well with the AWP, or if it's Victor, just some crazy moves. So I feel like FRAG is the ultimate test here for Copenhagen Wolves. If they're able to beat them in this best of 5, they do deserve it, that is for sure. And well, FRAG are the favourites as we go into the pistol here, it looks like.
Yeah, Rubino trying to get some shots off on mid. He's going to be damaged a little bit, but not needing to back off too yet. There we go. First frag onto Spy Leader, and he follows it up with another one to Victor going for the trade. But luckily, they're running into the site here, and Copenhagen Wolves is just destroying them. Dreamer does pick up one, but Twist also finishes him off, and now Copenhagen Wolves will take a convincing lead. Only losing one player that round, but that's pretty solid from them.
Yeah, pretty nice prediction there from Copenhagen Wolves. This is their choice of map, by the way. Cash is first map. We've got the next one coming up will be Dust 2 by FRAG, then Mirage, Inferno, and Overpass. That's the order for the best of 5. But it's going to be the force up here from FRAG, and they are always going to be dangerous in rounds like this. Their T side is notoriously strong, and they are going to go for the A execute. It's going to be fast and it's going to be brutal.
Here we go, readying up the smokes. I think Twist has probably got an assumption they're coming in. There we go, smokes out. Out of door, and the flashes will follow. Victor pushing out first, leading the charge through the smoke, and CTs don't know what's happening. Zende with a nice angle. He will go for the shot, just missing it, but he finally picks up the kill, and the bomb will go down, and that will be a solid eco so far for FRAG. 4 versus 4 now, and Copenhagen Wolves should be able to retake this fairly easily with 4 players remaining, and a P90 to work with on Jacob there.
This is a very dangerous situation here. FRAG could very well just win this round outright. Copenhagen Wolves have to be careful. They're going to lose a lot of men going for this, potentially, but well, what do you know? It's going to be a 4-man clean-up there. I thought that maybe they'd lose 2 players at the very least, but they did an excellent job actually busting into the site together. So, well played to Copenhagen Wolves. I mean, had they lost that round, it would have been devastating, no doubt about it. But FRAG picking up the bomb plant, only getting 1 frag, they're probably just going to think about going for the full save here. Had they gotten, you know, maybe 3 kills or maybe even 4 kills, they might force it up again. But it's like they are going to, you know, actually spend some money here to keep the pressure up.
Yeah, it seems like they're buying around the assumption of getting the bomb down as well. Plenty of smokes to smoke off the site, and I think that's what they're going to do. Seems like they're going towards A site again. Bomb does go mid. Oh no, a little bit of team damage down to Zeves. And seems like they're just playing a slow default here. Nothing aggressive going on. The bomb just hanging around mid. So obviously just working off picks at the moment. You know, those Tech 9s can do some nasty damage at long ranges. So could be a possible strategy. You see Dreamer here is going to be boosted up mid, so might be able to get some opening shots with that Tech 9, but here we go, smokes are going in towards the A site. It's going to be a fake though. You see the bomb is going towards the B site. Victor there, popping in through vents. He is in checkers now, and there's only 1 player left to defend the B site. He's going to be on headshot, and Zeves going down instantly. Victor with a nice 1-tap. Now the bomb should go down without a problem here, and that's all FRAG really need. They only wanted the bomb, you see, that's why they forced up a little bit. There we go, Spy Leader defending it, and Zende will go down. Rubino retaliating, and still the players are kept along on the A site. Copenhagen Wolves here have just been distracted by this FRAG fake, so that's going to be really good, and that's going to be wasting some of the 35 seconds they have. Rubino here now going to be waiting for his team to come in so they can retake the site here. There we go, Twist getting the first shot off, and that's going to be important. Now only 2 players remain. Victor trying to trade him out, but he is actually going to manage to do it there with a FAMAS, and now he's the last left alive. He does pick up 1, but there we go, he's going to go down to Rubino, and Rubino will be able to get the defuse. But FRAG forced up there, and it paid off actually. A nice fake, and they will get the bomb down, so they should be able to buy here without too much of a problem.
Yeah, this really sucks for Copenhagen Wolves. I'm very surprised how much damage FRAG did there, but again, showing how clean their rounds are, or can be when it comes to having that knowledge to have a buy for every situation, because that's really nice that they understand exactly how most optimally to play A and B with the Tech 9 armor nades. And now, as you said, full rifles, not the full nades unfortunately, but Copenhagen Wolves are definitely going to be hurting from that previous round. And here it is, another fast push towards B. eFrag not really messing around. We've got JChem. He needs to hold this down. Couple frags would be excellent. He's only going to pick up one. At least NKL's down to 6 HP, but that leaves a lot of work for his teammates. And they're going to have to commit onto the bomb site now. They've lost 2 players. The bomb is down on that site. Needs to be planted as well. That's going to buy key seconds here for Copenhagen Wolves.
But here Bubble just holding the flank, but there's not going to be any players coming from that direction. Rubino here need to get the entry if they're going to want to be able to secure the site here. But all players seem to be playing quite slow on Copenhagen Wolves. I think they're just deciding whether they should go for this. But yep, they've committed. Flashes are going out. Rubino popping out of upper there. He's going to be dropping. No one dead yet, and then finally Rubino will get the first frag. Traded out by Victor, and now Twist is on the site, and they have advantage from the bomb as well, and Bubble will also be finished off, and then the defuse will come in. So eFrag, again, 3 bomb plants in a row, but still no rounds, so this is a problem already. And
Bias should be unrelenting though. There's no reason not to keep the pressure on Copenhagen Wolves. I've seen a lot of situations like this before where it's like, oh, if they just get that one round, they're going to break them. They keep doing all this damage. They keep committing themselves into just constantly forcing up and getting the bomb down all the time. Their forces don't look too shabby at all. But that said, if Copenhagen Wolves just win the rounds, it doesn't really matter how precarious their position actually looks. But eFrag are definitely in a good stead right now to try and swing the momentum back into their favor. However, we will see a more default round here. This is going to be the first time we're going to see this out of eFrag. They've been mostly going for executes, playing together for the trades. And largely speaking, it has been working. It's been successful, despite not winning the rounds. They've been doing that damage. So eFrag with that passive play. And Copenhagen Wolves, you can see they're actually a little bit afraid that there could be a very fast round into A. They've got almost 4 players on the bomb side itself. This is kind of crazy. They've given up mid entirely. They have no information right now of what's going on. This is dangerous for Copenhagen Wolves. If eFrag just went for a mid take, they could get a really sick split going. But it looks like they're going to put everybody into this A push.
But it seems like a good gamble here. One player is going to be rotating back to mid, but you can see eFrag pushing up close. NKO opening the door, trying to get that entry frag there. Not going to manage to hit any shots. Still going for it. He will finally get the spray down. There we go. And Spy Leader entering the site with a nice kill onto Twist. But there's still 2 remaining players of Copenhagen Wolves on the site to deal with. And I don't think they're expecting this. There we go. Rubino making work. And he will finish off NKO while get traded out. And now it's a 3 versus 2 situation. The bomb is going to be backing off towards the B side. And I don't think Copenhagen Wolves realise this yet. One player left on the A side, and there we go. He's going to go down to Victor, and the bomb was going towards B, so that should have been a successful round for eFrag, regardless if Victor got taken out there. And there we go, 4-1 now.
And that's kind of the scary thing. One of the dynamics on this map is that as the CT side, if you've got players that are, let's say, or rather, let's put it like this. If you have a team that's not so experienced, you can play a pretty defensive and default style, because it's actually very hard for the Ts to prevent just aim duels. And that can really favor some teams. Like King, it's one of the reasons why Kingwin was so damn good here, because obviously their aim is kind of out of this world on particular players. I'm sure we've all seen the highlights, but that's one of those situations where aim duels, but eFrag are winning them, and that's a very scary situation. If eFrag can keep winning that individual battle, then Copenhagen Wolves are going to find some issues here, because we didn't see any complex stuff from them so far. No information plays, no tricky stuff on middle. Playing deep on middle can be very difficult to do properly as the CTs, and I hope to see that from them.
But the one problem here, if you notice, Copenhagen Wolves won 4 rounds in a row, and they're still having to eco because eFrag has just been relentless with the amount of damage they've been doing. Even with these Tech-9 force-ups, they've been getting 3-4 players each round and the bomb down. So, you know, Copenhagen Wolves haven't had a lot of money to work with, even though they have got 4 rounds in a row. And now only Jakim's left alive on the A side, and it seems like a flank is going to come in. A full pincer here, not much he can do. Maybe he can pick up that frag at best, and he will do so. Getting taken out there by Spy Leader, and now eFrag with an easy anti-eco. They're only losing 1 player.
Yeah, it's looking very nice here for eFrag so far, but in with another buy are Copenhagen Wolves, and this is really the key moment for them. They can really stem the bleeding in if they're able to win this round, if they're able to take this one away from eFrag. But likewise, if eFrag pull this one off, their money's going to start looking really sick, and Copenhagen Wolves, if they were going to want to put an AWP on somebody, then it's not going to really be happening anytime soon. So here's the first aggression coming in. We've got a quad aggression into the A side of the map here, and eFrag are completely demolishing that aggression. Nothing done at all. Nobody dead. eFrag with a flawless round, and Copenhagen Wolves, oh dear, it's not looking good for them.
even against rifles as well, Copenhagen Wolves, if you notice, didn't have enough money to buy up the nades to hold off the site, so that's why they decided to go for some kind of full push. And yeah, as you said, EFRAG just shutting it down completely. And now EFRAG have built up a nice bank. They've got 8k on 2 or 3 of the players there, 5, 6k on the others, so they shouldn't be struggling even if they lose a couple of rounds in a row here. And now Copenhagen Wolves struggling themselves with only a few P250s and CZs on them, and I'm sure this will be an easy cleanup for EFRAG right now.
Absolutely, it's going to be very interesting to see. I actually don't think we'll see an op on the T side for EFRAG. I think it'll be it'll be reactionary. It's not going to be something that's going to be in their normal game plan to get the op on bubble.
But a nice read there by Copenhagen Wolves, moving all the players towards the A site quite early where the T's were going, and there we go. Spy Leader getting the kill onto Zende, but they did actually pick up a rifle from EFRAG, but did just get dropped there. Now we've finally got one player back on the B site, and the CTs are going to be pushing up into A main here, getting quite close, and Victor on that boost spot. Might notice him, but no, he's going to drop.
So they've got to be careful what time now. They've got 40 seconds left to play with, so need to start making the move, and that's what they're doing. But this is a very nice standard anti-eco round from EFRAG, not allowing the CTs to push any angles, well, too deep at least. And we'll have the push into B now. And the only issue here is the lack of grenades going onto the bomb site. But it looks like Victor's going to get the entry, so Zevis won't do too much damage. And should be pretty good here now for EFRAG. It's looking like they're going to be home free any seconds as Bubble picks up the kill with JChem. But just to quickly finish the point I was making about Bubble and the fact that I don't think we'll see an AWP on him, is because EFRAG are very good at moving and playing a less pick-based, pick-oriented style and being more dynamic, playing for trades, playing for map control, and playing for big pushes, as opposed to just saying, all right, we're going to play like Titan used to, where we've got Kenny S on an AWP, we're going to center our strategy around him to open up the round, then play against the CT rotation when he gets the pick. So that's the cool thing about EFRAG.
Yeah, definitely. And now Copenhagen Wolves putting together a nice buy here on the 4-4 scoreline. But EFRAG also have got a lot of Molotovs, which can be extremely useful on cash, as we've seen before. But finally, a vent Molotov, which we seriously saw lacking last night. And luckily there's no players there to get harmed by it. It's just going to be a slow round for EFRAG, just playing a normal default. Not much movement towards the B site as of now, but Victor here throwing off a smoke, and there might be some mid play here. Spy Leader also getting boosted up. So yeah, it seems like EFRAG are going to try and take mid and then split towards the A site as well, with the bomb pushing in through A main. There we go, Rubino taking out Spy Leader, and that's going to be a nice early frag for Copenhagen Wolves.
And we appear to have lost vision.
There we
Vision
go.
is now back. That's good. All right, so we can see a couple of trades going on in middle there. And, well, nice response here. NKL knowing that the time is now for the push as he loses members in middle on that A split attempt. And it's going to end up working out for EFRAG. They've got the bomb site now. They're upper man. But still, JChem and Zevis can throw a wrench in the works here if they're able to actually get a quick first frag. However, EFRAG, they've got some good positioning despite not being with anybody in A main. That would be pretty nice, but it's also not best plant in the world, I think.
No, it's just a default plant, so A main might not be the best choice if you're stuck alive in a 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 1 to kind of stop the diffuser there. And
oh, they're saving as
yeah,
well, which is they have a kid actually, so I guess their money is really so crippled that they want to keep these M4s into the next round. And considering their bonus on the money, they just lost 5 in a row, so that's going to be 3,400, and that means that both players can drop. And one player can afford to spend, can probably get a FAMAS actually, but he wouldn't have any nades, so he might get a 5/7 armor and nades.
Yeah, now look at EFRAG's money here, 14k on some of the players. They really aren't going to struggle at all this half, I don't think. And Copenhagen Wolves, the team forcing up with the 2 saving players there, and they managed to put together a decent buy. They have got 3 kits and a Molotov there on twist, so, not completely useless. Victor with an early smoke up mid, and I think he's just going for some kind of fake action here, expecting a push with a bad nade there. But again, EFRAG just pushing up into A main with a bomb, and it seems just like that's just what they're doing so far. They've got a default setup across the whole map here, which is good finally, but not all based around trades. You see a lot of solo players there, one towards B. They are going to actually group up. Victor is going to be solo mid, and again one indoors, so could have a problem if Copenhagen Wolves decide to get aggressive on any of their positions. But EFRAG seem pretty good at holding that off, the CT aggression that is.
Yeah, I mean, again, EFRAG, they don't play for picks that much, and we can see that again here. Copenhagen Wolves' style right now is actually very good at dealing with the pick-based play, but that's not what EFRAG do. EFRAG take areas as a team, and they go for those trades. They don't go for the one-on-ones. And so that's going to make life a little bit harder. We can see Victor straight up in the highway there, up short into the bomb site. And right now this site is really stressed out. They have to look on multiple sides for the defense. We've got the player on the bomb boxes having to spin around there. Rubino is going to actually alleviate some pressure, taking down Victor. And Twist is locking down the site itself. So it looks like Copenhagen Wolves are in with a good defense. At least that bomb is not going to go down anytime soon, as we have 2 players left here for FRAG. But there you go. Dream is going to come into play. And Spy Leader as well, winning their one-on-ones respectively, and that's going to be it. Once again, individual skill prowess is going to save the day for FRAG.
So confident there. Spy Leader with only 4 bullets left still went for the shot without trying to reload or swap out his gun. So, you know, really trusting in their aim here, and it's showing off quite well. And now FRAG again with another full buy, and Copenhagen Wolves again pushed into an eco. Only a few pistols and a couple of nades on them with some armor as well.
And I think the approach from Copenhagen Wolves is not very... It's not going to be super good against what FRAG are doing, because again, FRAG are just going to be... They're not going to let you get that first frag or that opportunity to do so, because they don't have a picking phase. They have, you know, rounds like this. They realize that your economy sucks, so you can't really do much other than throw pistols at them, so they'll just play defensively, as we see. We've seen this a few times now. But generally speaking, it'd be cool to see from Copenhagen Wolves some more aggression, or maybe even a 1-3-1 kind of setup to just keep tabs on what's going on in mid, or just get the pressure going in onto A main or B storage. Just try to like get some early information and take some map control away. One cool thing, which is kind of like when you take Banana away from the terrace on Inferno, is you can do this kind of similar play with pushing A main. You can push it very early on, take the locker area, smoke forwards, and prevent them from even getting into that area. It gives you a lot of information and restricts them a bit as well.
Victor there with a nice trade. Now it's into a 3-on-3, so Copenhagen Wolves not even doing too badly on this eco so far, and Zende's also going to capitalise on that, picking up a kill onto Victor, and now it's a 3 versus 2, so the advantage is in Copenhagen Wolves' favour, but their players are all on the wrong bomb site here. Bomb is going to go up towards A, and FRAG have got a couple of nades to work with as well, so they should be able to hold it down nicely.
A pause coming, called by Spy Leader for the next freeze time. Not sure what's up, but maybe they can actually pull this one off. These Wolves here, they're playing without a kit, so they got to really be fast with this one. That bomb is ticking away. NKL gets the first frag, but Zerves is going to strike back. NKL is going pretty huge at the moment. There's the first 2. 1 man left, he's picked up an AK. It's Zerves, and he pushes forwards, goes for the jewel. He's going to win as well and get the defuse. Got plenty of time, and Copenhagen Wolves, it's been a while, but they're going to pick up a round.
That was an important round as well, especially Copenhagen Wolves on the CT side, being a favoured side that really need as many rounds as they can, and FRAG already on 6 are challenging them quite well, and that was an eco actually from Copenhagen Wolves, or it was sort of forced by eco, and it seems like Copenhagen Wolves have actually lost a player here, even though FRAG did tend to call in a pause. Apparently there's going to be a PC reboot from one of the
yeah, I think the stream had
players.
I think?
Oh.
No? Okay.
No.
James, the stream wants to hear your lovely voice.
No.
Alright, I guess that's pretty definitive. Okay, so, alright, the money is still outrageous here for FRAG. They've got so much bank, and it says a lot, because, and I mean, it was one of the reasons why I was talking about Copenhagen Wolves' approach. We could see that it worked in that previous round, because again, they played a similar kind of style where they were just sitting back, waiting with the pistols, and of course, you know, the pistols can be pretty good. If you isolate one player, pick up a rifle, you can have rounds like that, but it's not really something that's all that reliable. I feel like, you know, FRAG are going to go back to their bread and butter and start pushing some areas together. We'll see probably, potentially even a delayed mid-take. It's very unlikely they're going to stop doing what they've been doing, because it's been working really well, and I'm curious whether Copenhagen Wolves will try to adapt now, or whether they'll just be passive as usual.
But if we just take a look at Copenhagen Wolves' money there, yeah, they should be able to put towards some kind of buy. Zevis could probably drop there for Zende, and Bino having already bought up. Yeah, I'm not sure the money on the 5th player, but I'm sure they'll be able to put towards some kind of nice buy there. Oh yeah, Zende's already picked up a rifle, so it's not even a problem there.
This could be one of those moments where, you know, a surprise AWP could work for FRAG. But that said, again, it's always better, unless you're playing, let's say, a very, very high-level team that's been together for a very long time. If you're playing a team like that, it can be quite effective to kind of play proactively and say, okay, especially in a pause segment like this, we're expecting them to take this time to formulate a response to what we've been doing. And again, with a team that's very like a very tier 1 team that's got a lot of rehearsal and practice, that have probably prepared stuff for you, they're going to have in their, when they're practicing together, they're going to have moments where they're like, okay guys, what if this doesn't work against this team? Okay, we can go to this then. And maybe that's a moment for eFrag to get in with an AWP, maybe even go for a very crazy picking style. But that said, Copenhagen Wolves are a completely new lineup. They're just going to keep doing what has been working.
But of course, Cash being their pick, so you'd assume the Copenhagen Wolves has some nice T-side setup, and we should be going live very shortly, only a minute left apparently. And I'm not too sure so far. Copenhagen Wolves only with 5 rounds again against eFrag. eFrag are a very strong T-side team, as we've seen them before, especially on maps like Cash. And I don't know really. I'm not sure what to make of this so far. I think we've got to kind of see into a couple of maps before we decide our opinions on the Copenhagen Wolves new lineup.
One thing I'm curious about is whether eFrag are going to go deeper into their strategies when it comes to this map, because so far they've kept it fairly vanilla. We haven't really seen a lot of the more advanced executes, and we haven't seen a lot of play where they go and move into mid and hold it, which is actually kind of interesting because Copenhagen Wolves have put very little focus on mid. So it's actually a way, it's an additional way for eFrag to gain an edge, because if they are able to take mid, they can force the situation if you do it very early where Copenhagen Wolves don't know what's going on. And the B split threat is so high in those situations that as the CTs, you want to be able to put players there ahead of time, but you don't want to do it and sacrifice your A defense if it's going to be A. So you have to try to find out what are they actually doing here. And that can be very difficult. So what will end up happening is you get a pop flash play for information. And this is when a T side can actually take advantage of that. You stop your pace dead, you let them do something, and then you try to punish the information play. But that said, let's see what eFrag go for. So far it is a pretty regular spread. And there you go. Twist with a defensive kill in B storage to kick off the round.
Yeah, nice AWP by Copenhagen Wolves, really needed at this point, I think, and eFrag are going to have to retaliate with that with a kill of their own. Unluckily, no one being there to get the trade, which is one of the problem with setting up a default. If you get picked early by an aggressive CT peak or whatever, you're not going to be able to trade too easily, especially against an AWP there. So eFrag now suffering with a man down, but I'm sure they'll be able to work it out. And here we go, we're seeing some kind of mid-play here. Victor pushing up quite aggressively, and Bino might actually push into main here at this point. It seems like, yep, he's going to be flashed in. That's going to give Copenhagen Wolves a lot of information to where the T's are going, but Victor giving away his position. It's going to be throwing some smokes towards the A site as he pushes in. Smoke just holding him back, and there we go. Little tag will put him down to 25 HP, which is going to be a problem for him, but in KL, not going to mind, going to get a frag. And there we go, Rubino pushed up on A main, will get all the way to T spawn and get a frag onto Dreamer. And now the bomb is going to go down with a 3v4, and 2 of the players on eFrag side really low, so this could be a problem for him. This might not go too well, but Victor on the flank will pick up Zende, and now 3v3, 3v2 as Spy Leader also makes work, and Twist with the AWP is going to get one himself. And now in KL, with only 4 points of health remaining, it's going to be in a 1 versus 2. Here on the site, he does peek out, and there we go. Jakim will finish him off, and now that'll be 6 rounds to Copenhagen Wolves, so a 6-6 scoreline. Not too bad at the moment.
The crazy thing there is that eFrag, in typical eFrag style, they actually decided to go make that round incredibly complicated. Whereas the position they're in, the idea is very strong. It's actually kind of predictable as well that if you lose that guy early on, that the delayed mid take, and if it's free, that you just go into a B split, because that's always going to be strong. And if you get mid for free, you get the split for free, so it's always going to be very strong. However, they decided to put a man up short, a man into connector, 2 guys into vent room. They split everybody up, so it's very complicated. But we'll come back to that later, because we've got a super fast round straight into the A bomb site. eFrag really putting on the pace out of nowhere.
But there we go, instant frags. Only a couple of trades as well on Copenhagen Wolves side, and now 3 versus 2, and the bomb's going to go down. Is that a default plant? No, it looks like an A main plant as well, which is actually pretty useful due to the positioning of eFrag. But we do notice one player is actually going to be in mid, so he's going to probably come from the flank here. Sever's trying to push in, and Dreamer getting aggressive as we always see him do. But Bubble right there on the flank from mid is going to finish off Rubino, and Sever's also going down to Dreamer's profound aggression. And that'll be 7 rounds to eFrag, so a solid half so far, and we're going to go into the second last round of the half.
The shock and awe, very timely moment to pull out that round. It's been a bit of a struggle for Copenhagen Wolves, it would seem. It's cool actually that they've gotten 6 rounds. I mean, they had the pistol victory at the start of the half, so that really helped them out, getting 4 in a row. But we can see since then it's been a bit of a struggle. We'll see the standard anti-fast mid take incendiary. However, EFRAG have not done a single fast mid take. They've done fast B and A takes, but they've never really put a lot of focus on mid at the start of the rounds, which is probably another reason why Copenhagen Wolves have been stacking the sites more, knowing EFRAG's tendencies and proclivities.
Oh, there we go.
Despicable.
NKL, nice entry frag there onto Jacob. That'll give EFRAG a nice advantage here, and no one to trade it as well. Loves shooting through the doors. It really does do a lot of damage. There we go. NKL just going huge. A second kill of the round already. Just shutting down Copenhagen Wolves right now. And they're going to push towards the A site on that double pick. And here we go. Zende. Only one left on the site. Will manage to pick up one here. Rubino on the flank. Also getting one himself. But there's really not a lot he can do. He's going to be smoked off. And player and A-mate to hold him off will prohibit him from entering.
Yeah, they really got to think about saving these weapons. They don't have any chance with no kit to stop this. And their money sucks going into the last round now as well. So if we just check their money really quickly, I think they've lost, what, 2 in a row now? So yeah, that's going to be $1,900 on top of what they have. So that's really, really rough, actually. Their buy is going to suck. And that should put EFRAG at a 9-6. And yesterday, actually, EFRAG's CT side was particularly strong, uncharacteristically strong, in fact. But this being their choice, you would expect. Oh, sorry, no, it's not even their choice. It was their choice previously, yesterday no, sorry, 2 days ago in the quarterfinals, but against Killerfish, I believe it was. But this is actually Copenhagen Wolves' pick, and they're struggling on the CT side here.
Yeah, and we are going to see a Mag 7 on JCam, so he could do some work with that. Sadly, the $800 bonus with that gun won't really do a whole lot on the last round of the first half here. There we go, a nice nade will do a little bit of damage onto 3 of the players. That's going to be really good.
140 damage.
There we go, Zevet's first frag. He does pick up 2 as well. He's going for a 3rd. And this has just stopped EFRAG's push completely. And oh my god, is he going for the ace here? Picking up 4 already. And Spy Leader returning. Just going down, doing 80 damage there to Spy Leader. And JKM will come here with a Mag 7, but don't worry. That'll be Zende instead to pick up the frag. And now Copenhagen Wolves up to 7 rounds against EFRAG's 8. So a solid half against EFRAG, which are a really T-sided team, but their CT side isn't bad at all. And I think Copenhagen Wolves might struggle unless they have some good strategies, especially for the pistol round here, which is going to be ever so important.
Yeah, those first 4 rounds, that pistol was actually just incredibly important. Imagine if Copenhagen Wolves don't even get the pistol here, because after that they struggled to put rounds together. It looks so difficult. But it was a 7-8 scoreline, so that's kind of crazy. They're probably going to feel quite amazing about getting 7-8 in that situation. So either way, if they can actually win this pistol as well, EFRAG, could be in a lot of trouble in this second half. We'll have to see how strong the new Copenhagen Wolves lineup is when it comes to their T side of cash. So we do get the A retake from EFRAG. Only 1 player there. Although actually, typically on A retake, you don't actually have a guy on the site. You just have one on the car. So
there we go. Spy Leader doing some damage. He's also going to receive almost the same amount there, and Copenhagen Wolves just backing off the A site with the bomb there. They were pushing towards maybe some kind of full rush, but for some reason have changed and now going back towards the B site. We have still got 2 players, 1 boosted up mid there and 1 in the A site probably to catch rotates from the CTs. But yeah, a slow B push coming in here, and EFRAG, haven't actually moved their positioning at all, which is good. Sadly, only 1 player on the B side. And you can see EFRAG's B player is actually going to be playing for retakes. The fake is going to come in towards A. And yeah, this B player is playing for retakes. They're playing CT. That's going to be Dreamer. When they enter the site, he is going to get 1 kill though, and that's going to be huge for him too. And going for the 3rd will manage to hit it as well. And so that's going to be a solid site defense from EFRAG there. And they're not going to really have too much trouble picking up this round. But leaving just Twist alone in a 1 versus 4 isn't really going to be a whole lot he can do. The bomb is down. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock anyway, so Twist is going to have to recover as much as he can here, coming in through checkers. But breaking that vent will give away his position. So nice shot there. We'll do a bit of damage onto Dreamer, but here Bubble is about to punish him as he's about to peek out. There we go. Bubble will get the kill, and there we go. EFRAG up to 9 rounds, winning the pistol there. This is hopefully going to push them up to 10 or 11 rounds if they don't win, and if they don't lose any anti-ecos. And Copenhagen Wolves probably going to have to force up in this situation.
I like that NKL fell back when he was 3-on-1 and he was in the connector area. He respected Twist and respected the situation, knew that it was unwinnable if he just rotates. And yeah, Twist is pretty good, so smart decision. And we'll have the full Tech 9 armor buy coming in for Copenhagen Wolves. It went pretty well for EFRAG. I wonder if they were able to have the similar success with it. We'll get the smoke off from EFRAG early into the round, but that's not going to deter these terrorist players as they march into the bomb site. Already getting 2 instant entries, and that should also mean an instant bomb plot pretty much. Nice grenade, it's going to do a lot of damage, but not get any frags, and it's not going to stop the plant either. So Copenhagen Wolves really in with a chance here.
Yeah, definitely a 5 versus 3 as well is going to give them a huge advantage, even against these rifles. But FRAG are still full HP, and we've seen what they can do. Dreamer and Victor going large right into the site, and that's just going to leave 2 T players are remaining, and the bomb's going to start to be defused. It is planted in a default position, which isn't going to be helpful for these 2 A main players, but running through the smoke as they do, Jacob will manage to pick up the frag. And I think Bubble, I'm not sure if he had a kit there. If he stuck that with a kit, he would have gotten the defuse. But I didn't actually pick up whether he had a kit or not, so unlucky for him if he didn't. And Copenhagen Wolves picking up a much needed round there on that force buy with the Tech 9s.
Yeah, and EFRAG going to force up. They know that they're going to have to double eco, so they might as well get a force in here and see if they can just swing things back immediately. It can happen. It's not very likely. Statistically, it's not going to happen very often at all. But we'll have to see what Copenhagen Wolves can do now that they have some gear to work with. I'm quite curious what their rounds are going to look like. I would expect them to go with a lot of picking play and to see the AWP being thrown around a little bit. It would surprise me if we don't see an AWP at all on Twist at any point. He's incredibly good with pretty much everything. But first of all, they've got to deal with the force buy of EFRAG rather. Oh dear.
That flash is going to be brutal, but Jacob responds accordingly, and Dreamer will go down with that early push into A main. And now Copenhagen Wolves have the advantage, regardless of Twist being on quite low HP from that tag from Bubble early in the round down mid. And it seems like Copenhagen Wolves are just playing slow at the moment, which is good. You don't want to get too aggressive against the force buy with pistols, and now they've got the information that EFRAG bought up, and JCOM with a nice second frag of the round will take out Victor, and this is going to be important now. They can push in. They think the bomb site's probably empty, and that nade will almost make it, so NKL still from fence will manage to pick up a nice double, and that'll be a lot of economical damage that he'll be doing. There we go, Spy Leader also getting a headshot, and that's a really, really nice shot from him, and he's probably going to go down here, and there we go. Zevis getting the kill.
Pretty good damage overall by EFRAG. Interestingly, again, there is an execute you can do on that site with Molotovs, which is incredibly powerful against CTs who are on pistol armor. It's something that teammates used to do a lot. I think there's actually a YouTube clip of it somewhere, and I don't know why. Again, I was making this point yesterday. I don't know why we don't see more of it. It's just you flush them out, you force them to move out of all the hidey holes, giving you a very good advantage on the long range with your AK. But so this is a new team, Copenhagen Wolves, so they're having to just go with limited grenades.
But nice mid aggression there. They're going to pick up 3 kills instantly, and only losing 1 in the process, but Bubble here getting aggressive. Not going to be punished too much, and Zevis is actually going to be backing off, which is the safe play in this position. Rather just keep the bomb and get it down on a site, and there we go. Zende opening up the A site when they know where the last player is. I'm not sure why Zende's checking so many corners, and this has been a bad call because they know he was just spotted outside B. And there we go, Bubble. Not a whole lot he can do. Is gonna walk into the crosshair here of Ravino, and he's gonna pick up the headshot. 10-9 now, and EFRAG should be able to buy up. Yep, they should.
Yeah, the only thing that's for some teams you think, okay, you went with the force buy means that you won't be able to get an AWP on this round. I actually don't think it matters that much for EFRAG, because although it's really nice when they have Bubble on the AWP, and he's not been having, as we can see, the best game. He's actually the only player that's lagging behind on frags. Again, this is a team that works very well just with rifles, low economy setups. Oh, there we go. We get the fast mid take coming in from Copenhagen Wolves. This is a really nice choice, and it is a just complete mayhem, absolute bedlam here in middle, and it's going to be Victor coming in with some positive trades with the help of Spy Leader. That's going to put a man-up advantage in favor of EFRAG. So now Copenhagen Wolves have to try to save the situation, but they want to keep going for middle, and in fact, that's going to result in a trade, and they can't really afford that kind of action to happen. But Zevis, with so much time left, still can make this work.
Yeah, and the 2v1, it's not an undoable situation for Zevis, but EFRAG have put a player on each site there. And a nice position by NKL as well, so, you know, he can get the aggression, he can back off if he does get tagged.
It's a good off angle, that's for sure. It's also the he's so far away that the other guy will show his model will just show first, which is just how the game works.
Yeah.
So you should always get this. Yeah,
there we go.
That's actually a really strong position, and the only thing, the riskiness of that, or the risk of that position is that, of course, if which player was it from Copenhagen Wolves? It was Zevis, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was to go up mid, then of course he can just get a plant, but that was a gamble and it didn't happen.
So here we go into the 21st round of the game. We are going to see an AWP now on Twist on the T side. There we go, Zevis getting instantly taken out, but Twist will get a trade there. Now backing off to a safer position with the man, not the man advantage, but 4v4 is going to be favouring Copenhagen Wolves quite a lot, and now FRAG are going to have to take a player off of A site and put them on to B there.
This is really a spot where usually a CT side is going to think, okay, do we need to gamble actually? It's 4v4, rotations can be a little bit awkward, but at least it's not 4 versus 5. If it was 4 versus 5, I think we would see an aggression from them in B storage or something. But I think at this point they're just going to rely on some individual plays. But with Twist AWPing like he is and going for that pick base style, it could be very dangerous. And it puts a lot of pressure on NKL as well. He has to hit his first shots, or else they will just instantly lose the round if the bomb is going there. And looks like the bomb man is actually in a position to set up some smokes. Not sure if he threw anything though, but they are going for the A play. But Victor here with this crossfire with NKL, this could be very potent. Let's have a look. 2 versus 3.
Be a problem here, and Jacob getting ready to push out, but smokes and flashes being thrown, and there we go out into the A bomb site. NKL going down instantly to Victor, trying to get the trade. He does not manage to do it, and Jacob will finish him off, and now there's only 2 players left from B, and I can imagine they're just going to be going for a save, and there we go, saving. But also like to pick up on that round how they were playing in the 4 versus 5. Sorry, FRAG putting 2 players just outside of B, playing for the retake while still having 2 players aggressive up in A with a nice crossfire. So that should have worked in theory if they went to the B site. Obviously FRAG would be able to get some shots off, maybe do some damage, maybe even get a kill, and while Copenhagen Wolves plant, they can retake with a 4-on-4 or a 4-on-3, and that shouldn't be a problem for FRAG. But unluckily Copenhagen Wolves did decide to go to the A site, and therefore they're going to take it, and that'll be 11 rounds to Copenhagen Wolves. So it's getting close now, we're getting close to the end, and Copenhagen Wolves just leading by 1 point. Yeah,
it's a situation which can really go either way now, because again FRAG get reset, which really sucks. It's always hard when you never get to play your CT side with all the gear, and you're always feeling like you're playing from behind, and that's what FRAG have been subjected to so far, because they got reset after winning the pistol round. It's pretty much the worst start you can have. Oh dear. And well, we will have the aggressive play in middle from FRAG. This is going to be pretty nice. It's not super aggressive. You can go a stage further than this, but they just wanted to get a player into the vents from mid very quickly, which is quite important, because if your spawn is bad, it's actually you can get AWPed from B storage on that timing, so it's actually safer in some senses. It's always going to be a bit dangerous to rush the vent if there's an AWP on the T side, but we will have only a couple rifles for FRAG to defend with, and even though they can kind of force these engagements as the teams move on to the bomb sites, as we can see here with Spy Leader, very nice position. It's going to be so difficult if Copenhagen Wolves plant the nades correctly. That's all they have to really do, and can play the trades. And FRAG shouldn't be able to win this one.
3 pistols is obviously a huge problem for FRAG, and Copenhagen Wolves being clever, playing it slow. They don't know the economy of FRAG, or if they do know the economy, they don't know what they've chosen to do with it, whether to force up with the 2 remaining saving players or just eco it. And there we go, Victor getting tagged early, down to 20 HP there on sandbags, and that'll be a nice shot by Twist, and the Molotov will finish him off. Spy Leader going big with a shot onto JKM as they push towards the A site here. Zende trying to follow up, and he will go down as well, but NKL being finished off. And they've done a lot of damage on the A site now, and Spy Leader is also going to pitch in there with a frag of his own. Now it's going to be 3 versus 2, and here we go. Bubble in the right position in mid to catch out Zevis, and he will on the bomb. He's going to try to be planted, but Spy Leader won't let it happen. And there we go. FRAG actually taking the round. So 11-11.
And we're going to see an open bubble finally, I would believe, as Spy Leader picked that one up. Really well defended by Spy Leader on the bomb site, and Bubble catching the Lurko, who was starting to go panic mode as his teammates were dying on A. Thunderfooting around for Bubble to pick up an easy 5-7 frag has made all the difference for FRAG as they go 11-11, but they cannot afford once again to get reset. So here they need to win this one, get the momentum going. Copenhagen Wolves, you can see Zevis doesn't have any armor. He only has a P250 and a couple grenades, of which he has now expended. And they're going to go for the fast play out the door onto the A side. So NKL is looking for a highlight here.
Oh no, but NKL just used a few of his bullets, so he's not going to have much to work with there. There we go, him going down. A site is going to be dominated by Copenhagen Wolves, but the plant is going to be stopped there by Dreamhack. He's going to follow up with a second frag onto a Rubino, and bomb should just go down for A main here, which is Lucky by Copenhagen Wolves, and a nice afterplant should secure them the round, but Bubble here with the AWP isn't going to be easy to retake for him actually. And there we go, Twist with a nice peek will manage to finish off Victor, and the Molotov stopping the defuse if eFrag do manage to get onto the site is going to be a well placed one as well. And now it's a 2 versus 3, and it seems like the best thing eFrag could really do is save at this position. There we go, Bubble going down, Dreamer with a trade, but yep, him finished off as well in 2v1, and now Copenhagen Wolves are going to pick up another round.
Yeah, really nice basic stuff there from Copenhagen Wolves, just playing the trades, but really you have to be disappointed in NKL's performance in that round. Unable to pick up even really, I don't think he got a single frag, even though they were peeking him and they were all lining up for him. So that's not too good to fall through individually in moments like that, because now he frag a reset again. It was such an important round, and because of that, they're having to force spike because they're double ecoing anyway. Bubbles managed to save his M4, so they need another amazing response here with less than desirable equipment. We got Dreamer playing by the envious box. Usually with this position, you want to let the T's pass onto the site, almost plant and just hide there, and then you get a really crazy flanking kind of situation where you can get multiple players down. So it's a major bait, but it actually is one of the baits where it's incredibly positive for your team more often than not. But people these days are very scared of that, and we'll see Rubino already taking that bubble. There's the peek from Dreamer, but Twist was on point, takes Dreamer out, and it's not much left for eFrag to do with the remaining pistols that they have.
Well, Victor picking up an M4 will be ready in vents. He's going to be smoked off as well, and eFrag playing the 1-3-1 setup with the player in vents should have hopefully worked out for them with a couple of players to rotate from mid, but seems like it didn't, and there we go, Zevis and JKM also getting a frag of their own, and Victor is going to be going for the save there with that M4 that he just picked up, because their money is not looking too good at the moment.
One thing I just remembered actually, which is kind of funny, it took me so long to recall this. It used to be that the old LGB lineup, I mean they had a lot of different rosters, but the one with Zevis in it when he was leading them and calling all the strategies as well. Their T sides were phenomenal. They were the other team, like eFrag, who had really ridiculously good T sides, and it's really the problem really was their CT sides. That used to be the issue for the Zevis editions of LGB. Now having Twist and Zender in there, it's obviously kind of a weird mix-up, and they haven't really had the time to work on their T sides for them to be as strong necessarily. But right now it looks like they're doing a pretty remarkable job, winning the right rounds, being able to reset eFrag in those key moments. They've never had money.
That's a good point. And now going back to basics with a 2-1-2 setup, Victor is going to be using that M4 in mid, and hopefully he'll be able to get some frags. But if he does go down, there'll be no one to retrieve his rifle or to trade him. So, you know, stuck in a corner here on sandbags, probably be a better position to play connector or short there. But he's going to opt to go for sandbags regardless. And Copenhagen Wolves again playing slow, as we've seen them do quite a lot. We don't see them just do full rushes like eFrag do. They either, you know, work off picks or go for, you know, a small push towards A main or B, and then finally just flash it out and just push aggressively late into the round. So Victor here, nice spotting there by Rubino, but no tags are actually going to be had there down mid, and Victor just backing off the short so he could retreat after getting tagged. So that's a good position for him. And now the bomb is going to be working its way towards the B site, and that's unlucky because we are going to see a stack towards A, leaving the B site completely open at the moment. And I don't think eFrag have worked this out yet. Copenhagen Wolves should have an easy time getting this bomb down unless the eFrag rotate very, very fast. And the bomb is nearing the entrance of the B site, and still not a rotate coming in. But finally, Molotovs are going to go out, and eFrag should hear this and send for a full rotate. And there we go. 4 players are going to be moving off of the A side, but it's too late, and they've only got pistols, so there's really not going to be a whole lot they can do. The bomb is going to go down with only a little bit of time remaining, and here we go. The rotate and the retake is going to come in from eFrag.
I would be surprised actually if they don't just play for exits here, but it's like they're just going to go into the choke point, which is really unfavourable, but somehow they actually make some frags out of this. Although the remainder are going to get cleaned up, it would seem, as we go to a 2-on-2. This should never actually happen. Bubble's even in a position to just play with the defuse, despite not ever being able to get this. There's so much time on it. That said, Spy Leader's actually going to... Oh my goodness.
That was so close. If Spy Leader just shot him a few seconds earlier, the defuse actually would have happened.
That was 4 guys with no Kevlar and just like PT50s or whatever and some 5.7s. That should actually never happen. You almost always you'll see teams in that situation, especially on the B retake. They'll just play for the X's, because then you can keep all the T's on the site. You can get economic damage and be guaranteed that, instead of moving into choke points against rifles and grenades and people who have armor. That's kind of a weird decision, but they managed to actually make a huge amount of damage, and they've got an AWP on bubbles now, so that's really cool. Maybe EFRAG can do this one after all.
The only problem with that is that the economic damage that they're going to inflict by getting those pistol kills is not going to be a whole lot. You know, Copenhagen will still managing to afford a full buy here and up to 14 rounds, so EFRAG probably should have gone for the save on paper in theory, but you know, they made it work. They get a few frags, and there we go. Zevas entering the site as he usually does, getting a nice kill, and now it'll be a 3 versus 3 situation, and EFRAG with an AWP, and you might have a struggle here trying to retake if the bomb gets down very shortly, but seems like the flash is going to go out, and that's going to delay the plant leading Spy Leader to push up in A-main and get a kill, and there we go. Zevas with a trade kill, and now Twist is going to miss his AWP shot, and this is going to be really important as his teammate is quite low, and Bubble and Dreamer here can just sit and wait for the plant, and as soon as the plant goes down they can peek out, but at this point they can't go for an A-main plant, they have to go for a default if they want to, and with only 50 seconds on the clock they can just sit around and wait until they can get into that situation where they can plant, and Twist going down there by Bubble, a nice shot by him, and that's really not a whole lot Zevas can do with only 20 HP, and the bomb still isn't down. There we go, Dreamer picking him up, and that would be a nice run for EFRAG. Solid play there when they were in the 2v2, instead of just over peeking Bubble, just holding quad there, and no point for Dreamer in A main to even peek at all. They could just wait for the plant, and that was well played by them, and EFRAG will luckily pick up that round, and that'll be 14-12, and Copenhagen Wolves pushed into a eco here, only Tech 9's a couple of flashbangs, so it seems like they're going to be charging towards the B site early here, straight in, and luckily EFRAG have placed 2 players there, and in very good positions as well. Dreamer here just backing off, and it seems like he's ready for the retake. Bubble just missing his drop shot there, will manage to pick up one himself, and get for a second as well, so that's going to be solid work from the close range AWPing, and Zende will take his AWP, get a kill himself as well. And Zende going down finally, and that would leave just Zevas, and he will also be finished off. So, you know, an okay eco, they only bought a couple of pistols and 2 frags is more than enough. Now if you look at the economy of EFRAG, they're not doing too well here. They're going to want to win the next round if they want to build up a solid bank.
Yeah, so it's pretty important that EFRAG managed to win that round a couple rounds ago, because they actually got kind of counter-stratted with a fast A main push. Looks like Copenhagen Wolves are thinking of just doing it again. And last time EFRAG decided to push B storage, had multiple players over there. This time it's a different story. We've got EFRAG with multiple players here for the defense. It's not going well for them though. They're making the calls, the rotation's going to come in, the cavalry is arriving, and that's a big problem for Copenhagen Wolves, because they're not even in the bomb site yet, and there's already 3 people here to defend on the reaction. So they've got to think about how to re-strategize this. They have a lot of time to play with. A delayed mid-take is definitely in the options for them at the moment to try to create either an A split or either try to fake A and just go for the B play. There's a lot for them to work with still, but they need some good mid-round calls here from Zevas to save this one, because EFRAG, they're all over this. The only thing that they don't really have is that man advantage situation. It's Copenhagen Wolves who are now indeed going for the delayed mid-take. Zende being boosted. Should get another guy up there as well. There is Zevas. And they're going to go for the A split, I think it looks like at the moment. But let's see if they can get a clean mid-take, because there is a player there. It is Victor who's in position, but it's going to be Dreamer who picks up JChem to even the score.
There we go, only 30 seconds left on the clock, so they're going to have to hurry up and go for a push there. Twist throwing out the Molotovs and the nades to follow up, and there we go, Zevas picking off Victor after Victor does get a kill, and Zevas going large with 2 kills there. That's going to be huge for Copenhagen Wolves, and he's going to manage to pick up a 3rd as well, and only Spy Leader is left on the CT side, and he's going to be finished off, and that's going to secure Copenhagen Wolves the draw at least. Up to 15 rounds, and here's match point. And if we look at EFRAG's money, they're going to have to force it up here. Not a lot to work with. They're going to have a couple of rifles, and the rest are probably going to be up on pistols and armor.
The GG entries there from Zevas, that's just too strong. 2 players just instantly dying from that angle is too much to deal with. And still, EFRAG, they've never had money. It's ridiculous, actually. They're definitely feeling quite hard done by at this stage, and we are going to see Copenhagen Wolves gearing up for a play in towards B at the moment. They're stacking up there, they're huddling up, they're probably doing high fives at this point in time, as all that there is for EFRAG is Dreamer on this B bomb site. That's the only line of defense. That's nothing, and he's going to go down immediately to Rubino. This round, this map looks like it's about to be over as Copenhagen Wolves storm into the B bomb site.
And the bomb is going to go down with not a single player left to retake, and they can't even save at this point. Copenhagen Wolves up to 15 rounds. You see NKL not going to be able to do too much. It charges into the site through the smoke. He does go for some shots, not managing to get anything. Nothing's going to connect, and there we go. Copenhagen Wolves picking up the first map, 16-13, so a rather unexpected score. I didn't really think they'd be able to take it so well.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy actually that we saw such a strong result from them. I'm a little bit surprised, but that said, this can always happen. When the CT economy gets crushed like that, we saw not once but twice, and maybe even actually 3 times that I think 3 times actually, the economy was reset. That was basically the CTs win 1 round, having lost the series of rounds, they spend all their money, then they lose immediately again afterwards. That happened like 2 or 3 times. And so when that happens, and you can never play your setups, never play with money, you can never, it's hard to actually get ahead, basically. It's hard to say, okay, we can adapt now, because you're always thinking, okay, we can't really adapt and try to play against them too heavily, because we're playing with our utility is so limited in of itself, or we don't have the AWP. So never were comfortable.
With the AWP as well, Bubble only managed to use it 2 or 3 times on the CT side, and that tended to be from saving the AWP from previous rounds. I don't think he even bought it more than once at least.
Yeah.
So that's really important. You're going to need an AWP on CT side, even to play mid or B or wherever really. You can place an AWP anywhere on cash rather effectively. And Bubble not having that AWP was a serious problem for him, and I think that could be a contribution to why FRAG didn't manage to pick up the CT side as well as they did the T side.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially as we had the pistol round shenanigans for FRAG as well. Winning that CT pistol, then losing immediately afterwards, that reset situation. And it was the opposite story there for Copenhagen Wolves on their CT side. They managed to win that. They got 4 in a row. We saw it was a struggle for them afterwards. They just managed to get somehow 3 rounds in addition, despite it looking very, very horrible for them. So that's actually a really crazy map, the way that progressed. But I still would expect FRAG to, over the duration of the series, edge it out. And that said, what it looks like we have here is the battle of the T sides from these teams.
Definitely.
So I don't think there's too much more to add for the first map. We're going to take a very short break, guys. We'll be jumping into map 2 very shortly, and that's going to be the pick of FRAG. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.